Good morning, good day and good evening. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? On this very fine Wednesday. Hope you're doing good. First one in today, none other than Strom. Second place we have Lion Unity, and third we have TechBox North. Welcome in, guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I did recently pull out a fucking wisdom tooth, so that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? But other than that, I'm doing quite nice. Did manage to get the new update out on Steam finally. This one did take a little bit longer than I perhaps would have wanted to, but obviously, as I said before, it did end up being a little bit of a bigger update, but so far I am feeling good about it. So if anyone hasn't, make sure to go and try out the demo. Very much appreciate any reviews as well, those do mean a lot. T-Bad, welcome in, man. How you doing? So yeah, we finally have the new update out. I did a little notification here on Discord, which, in case you're not a member, you can join right here. But yeah, we do have a new achievement in now for the collectible item. No longer have a battery system. Some new art stuff. The new notepad is in there. Still has some smaller issues, but I think it's functional enough for the time being, at least. It doesn't have any like major issues, which I think is fine. And did sort out all of the escape to go back in menus kind of stuff. There is one more thing I might want to do here eventually, which is when you're in the actual main menu, maybe pressing escape should open up the, like, are you sure you want to quit prompt or whatever, like quit to desktop. I think that could be nice. And then just a bunch of smaller tweaks and stuff, but overall, like I said, I'm feeling quite good about it. Good evening, sir. Doing fine. I was just about to open Unity. I have to rework the scene 100%. Damn. What kind of... Why do you have to rework it? Out of curiosity. Happy to see you stream, boss. Thank you very much, and happy to have you here, Lion. Yeah, overall, new update. Feels good. Feels good. We'll see the... what feedback we got on it. I think most of these, obviously there are some like bigger changes in here, but I do feel like most of them are quite good. I'm feeling good about it. But we'll see. So today, what are we gonna do? There still are a few things I would like to do. One probably kind of priority that would be nice would be to sort out some new screenshots. This is the thing about being a game dev, eh? Like, as soon as you have the game publicly somewhere, like, the amount of times you need to update small things like this is... It's more work than one imagines. I wonder, it would actually be interesting to see how many times I have changed the screenshots on the game. But they've never been like it's been very gradual, like small changes, but it's often like you always want to show off the newest stuff, right? And to be fair, I think now for the screenshots, I think those are almost going to be the same. I think the main difference, or the main reason why I want to redo them, is because I have upped the brightness in the game. And I think that would make the screenshots look a little bit better on the Steam page. Because in general, like, one of the issues I've realized about making like a very dark horror game, or rather just a very dark game in general, is that it doesn't tend to do as well in terms of like screenshots and stuff. So I think getting a bit more contrast on these, even though we have like fairly decent contrast at the moment, I still think that like raising the contrast a bit here would be good. And then of course some of them I did some changes here. I did some of them more like kinda did the ring thing on the floorboards in the main hall. That probably looks a bit nicer. And the biggest one being this, like this scene looks like the composition is the same, but obviously we did some massive improvements in the intro scene. So we need to get that in here. Because otherwise in the game there are some smaller things that I want to sort out eventually, but there's nothing like... We don't really have any like top priority things that I feel the need to really get out as soon as possible, if that makes sense. Since I've been developing my game for about 4 years now, there's a huge difference in quality between the first 1 to 2 years of work and the past year and current year. Been working for a few weeks on nothing else but updating the old scenes to bring them up to the current standard. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think that is one of the trickier things when it comes to making a like really big game, right? The fact that, especially if you do it like early on in your career or whatever, like you're gonna be learning so much, so it's only natural that like stuff starts getting better and better the more you work on it. And it can become a bit of that type of loop, right? Where you kind of always have to go back and update stuff you did before. And it's kind of hard to, like the only way to get around it would be to just like limit the quality and say that like, no, this is, even if I can do it better from now on, this is gonna be the target quality. But you know, it's very understandable that people want the quality to be as good as possible, right? But I think that is common, like hearing about the development of Stardew Valley, I think it was kind of the same thing. I think Concerned Ape redid like all of the art in the game like 3 or 4 times before it was finished. Which is the same thing there. I think that was the first time he did like pixel art and stuff. So his art would just keep getting better the longer he worked on it. So he had to like constantly go back and update the old stuff. So you push a new build for the demo? Yes, indeed. Has he updated it here now? It has. November 12th, yeah. Did push the new update out. So we also have 4 achievements now. We have 1 extra achievement if anyone wants to go achievements hunting a little bit. That one might be tricky though. I added the achievement for the collectible items, but I know at least one of them I think actually could be relatively hard to spot. So it's gonna be interesting to see how many get it. I don't mind that one being a little bit more difficult because it's not like main progress stuff, but we'll see. Like, I don't think... I've almost think potentially that it might even be too easy. Like, for the full game, I think it would be bad if the collectible achievement had, like, almost the same percentage as the people who complete the game, right? Like, it should be, if you have something like a collectible, it should be a little bit of a challenge. Right? Like you should be able to do it on your first go, especially if you are like very thorough when you really do try to find them all. But for the general person who's just, you know, casually playing through the game, I think definitely that it's fine for some of them to miss a few. Do you know what I mean? I think something that would be nice doing eventually, I might even do a little task for this, is to make the collectible achievement keep track of your amount or whatever. I think this might be what Steam Stats is or something. I know there is a way of doing this, so that like when you actually look on the achievement, it would say that, oh, you have collected 3 out of 12 or whatever it is. Kind of Greg, welcome in, good to have you, man, hope you're doing well. Hadouken, good to see you as well. Wakacha, welcome in. Lies, it gets worse day by day. There's a downside of developing a game over such a long period of time, but it's also been an incredible learning journey, yeah. No, I think it is, like, it's pros and cons in the end, right? Like with everything. That's actually really reassuring to hear. Now I don't feel bad. Yeah, no, I don't think you should. I think it's only natural when you work on a game for a very long time that, you know, the quality is going to shift over time. So yeah, like I said, I think it would be kinda neat to go through and potentially sort out some new screenshots for the game. Maybe, depending on time, we could jump into Engine, do some smaller tweaks and stuff, some polish. There's always something to polish up, eh? But we do have another fairly big thing that I want to do today. If any one of you does not know, if you're not aware, today is the 12th of November, which means that our dear friend Mothership just released his game Faith in Despair. It is actually out and you can buy it right now. So I think we're gonna try this game today. At least give it a run or two. It seems really nice. It's basically a deck builder where you get to modify the cards yourself. Looks really juicy and stuff. So I've been wanting to try this game for quite some time, and finally we can do it. There also is one other thing that I saw today. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but it seemed really interesting to me. Basically, Jonas Tyroller, if anyone knows of him, which you probably do. I mean, if you're hanging out here, if you know who I am, you probably know who Jonas is. Let's be honest. And he recently released a video on his YouTube channel about, can you guess which game is a success. And basically what he did is that he made his own Chrome extension where it automatically hides the review count of the game, and you have to guess how many reviews this game got, and then a little like randomized next game button, basically turning the Steam store into a little bit of a like a guessing game. I think this would be, it really seemed quite interesting to me, so you know, I would actually like to try this. Unfortunately, I don't use Google Chrome, and I'm fairly certain, yeah, Chrome plugin. But you know what? I would actually be willing to download Chrome just to be able to try this, because it sounds fun. Potentially, if it's a lot of fun and it seems to have some replay value, which I suppose it should do, because there's infinite games. In the future, we could even potentially do a little channel point redeem to be able to do a quick little run in this. Did a funny video on time.delta time. I think I've seen that one. I watched quite a bit of his videos. Funny to guess if someone failed in life. That's way too Swedish. What are you on about? No, there's gonna be positive outliers. I mean, look here. The game here had 1,500 reviews. That is something, at least for me personally, I would consider that to be a success. But yeah, I do think, as Jonas did say in this video as well, you know, not to sound harsh or whatever, but when you go for fully randomized games, which I think this is, it actually does give you a little bit of insight on the like general quality on Steam, which I honestly, from looking a little bit at this video and stuff, I think it is way lower than people expect. Like, I think there's a fair amount of like, that's the thing, like, right? Like, people often run around and say that basically like the competition is so huge because there's like, what, there's like 15-20,000 games releasing on Steam every year, and that can be quite demotivating for like a small developer. So, you know, if you're gonna look at it from like a bit of a selfish standpoint or whatever, it's actually kind of a good thing, the fact that, you know, it does seem like a pretty big part of those are not going to be very like well-polished games and stuff. So if anything, if you actually are making on a game that, you know, you've actually put a lot of effort into, chances are that you are probably not competing with all of those like 15,000 games. Because, I don't know, it would be interesting to see actual stats on it, but I would imagine that a pretty huge chunk of it actually is fairly low quality. And this is not to like shit on developers or whatever, I'm just like, but like we do have to be realistic about it as well. What is it? Isn't it something like 80% of games on Steam don't even reach $100 in revenue? There's some number like that. I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember the exact details, but like even that goes to show that like the majority of the games, now you could argue that some of that is because maybe it was a great game but it didn't have enough marketing stuff, you know. But I think a lot of the time, like, I think it's easy to overestimate how many like good games are released on Steam. Any Chromium-based browser should work, Edge, etc. I use Firefox, so I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that's Chromium-based or not. Monster Prom, I have followed for ages the YouTubers behind this game. I even recommended you to send your game to him. Oh, did you? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Who was the developer? Jonas is kind of covering it here. Beautiful something. Well, you have Edge per default if you're a Windows person. However, can you... no, you can't remove Edge, can you? Yeah, so I should have. Because when I set up this new PC, I removed a shit ton of stuff that came with it. Because, you know, that's actually one of the very fair arguments against Windows that I can take. There's a lot of fucking bloats, man. Great grievance! With the 40 bits, a little on-screen celebration coming in. How are you doing, man? Good to see you, mate. Remove Edge, funny guy, yeah. Oh, Jesse Cox? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember him. Not the developer, but the money company behind it. Okay. How you doing, Grievance? Hope you're doing good, man. Still sitting at 69 reviews, which is pretty nice. If anyone hasn't reviewed the game yet, make sure to do so. Try out the new update. So far, I'm feeling good about it. 69 noise indeed. So wait, are you then saying that all Chrome extensions basically work in Edge as well? Because then I could just do it in Edge. I don't think we're gonna start with this. I think we might end the stream trying this out, but it seems fun. This seems like a fun little pastime, and I think it could be fairly educational as well. So what, can I just look at like the Edge browser extension marketplace, whatever you want to call it, and like all Chrome extensions are there? I didn't know that. The other Zek, welcome in. The best way to use Windows is to buy the Enterprise Edition, skip the weird registry edits that people recommend online, just use the group policy editor the way you're supposed to. Oh, I was wrong. Jesse Cox is the producer of the game franchise Monster Prom and has voiced several characters. Oh. I was just making the claim that pixel art is debuffed for indie devs. Now you're actually an exception to the rule, but I think the vast majority of indie devs would be better served by any other 2D style. I would probably not argue against you. I think it's one of those like gray areas. Like, I would not go as far as to say that like pixel art is bad for indie devs. I don't think that's the issue. I think a lot of people like pixel art and there's a lot of beautiful pixel art out there. But I do agree that I think the issue when it comes to indie developers using pixel art is that I think a lot of people highly underestimate how difficult it is to make good looking pixel art. Like, the thing that incentivizes a lot of indies to try pixel art, I think, is the fact that pixel art is fairly approachable, right? I honestly think it's fair to say that pixel art is one of the more approachable art mediums, digital art mediums or whatever. However, that's in terms of like being able to make like something that works, or like a decent-ish art. But the issue is that if you want to stand out on Steam, most of the time you need to have like art that actually looks really good, and getting that with like pixel art is more difficult than I think people maybe initially expect. I think that's often the case when it comes to pixel art. Like it's somewhat easy to get into, but it is still not easy to master. Because most pixel art games don't end up looking like... what's that game called? Blasphemous? That's pixel art, isn't it? Yeah. So like, but most people are not gonna be able to pull something like this off, right? Like, I think more people look like... or most people make pixel art games, and... maybe I shouldn't shame games. I was gonna bring up a specific game I know. But there's a lot of... you know what? This one I've mentioned before, so fuck it. I think Undertale is a pretty good example of a game that has fairly, like, low quality pixel art. Like, Undertale isn't a very, like... it's not a very impressive game when it comes to the art style. I'm not saying that Undertale isn't a great game. I very much enjoyed it. But like the art in this game just is not that good, right? And I think like being able to make art similar to this, I think is fairly easy in pixel art, which is the reason why a lot of indie devs do it. But being able to take it to the next level, getting something that looks like, I don't know, Blasphemous or even tile games, like I think Stardew Valley is a really good looking game, but I think people underestimate how difficult it is to like nail that art style. And the thing is that like, although a game like Undertale can do well, I think it's very important to note the fact that Undertale did not do well because of the art. And like the chance of your game like popping off the way Undertale did, despite having certain flaws or whatever, is very, very low, right? Sadiq Speaks, welcome in, man. How you doing? I was just making the claim that, was a while ago I used Edge, but yes, it's the same store. Interesting. Pixel art has its own fan base. Yeah, that is certainly true. I do think there is a like proper audience for pixel art. I just think that the issue when it comes to game devs, as I said, is the fact that people... It's easy to make... like... how do I even say it? Like passable pixel art, right? It's fairly easy to make something that like passes. The issue is that parsing is not enough most of the time for people to get interested in your game. So I do somewhat agree that pixel art can be a little bit debuffed for indie devs. I think doing, like, if you struggle with art, I think doing one of those, like, very minimalistic, like, simple shapes type of games would be better, because it's really easy to pull off with a, like, consistent art style, and if you manage to throw some juice and some like post-processing on top of it, it can still look really good. Because that's the thing, I often make the argument that personally I think that slightly worse, quote worse, art, but having it be consistent is gonna look better than something that is like inconsistently good. If that makes sense. Like, you should probably settle on a art style where you're able to make stuff consistently good. And that's where you have to play to your strengths, right? Which I do in my game as well. Like, I'm very aware of the fact that, like, animations is not my strong suit. I'm just not very good at making animations. So one of the things I do is that I make a game where animations are not the most important thing. It's like, I'm not very reliant on animations because 99% of the objects in the game have two sprites. It's like open, close, and so on. Like, whole and broken, etc. Because I wouldn't be able to make a game that had like a shit ton of animations, because especially this is where pixel art actually is one of the more difficult ones, because you have to hand draw the animations. It's a lot of fucking work. Whereas I think if I needed to do more animations for a game, it's even possible that I would probably try and move over to some like vector type art or something, where you could just read the character. Because I think in terms of, if we only look at animations, then I think for most people, reading a character will be more approachable, easier to get into, compared to like hand drawing pixel art frames. Is an order of magnitude harder to pull off well? Yeah. Speaking of pixel art, Warhammer just announced a survivor game, art style, pixel art. Oh, really? Very, very, very survivor-like. Holy shit. I mean that in the sense of that, like, it very much looks like Vampire Survivors. Hmm. 100% the timeless art style, easy to get started on, incredibly hard to pull off something that looks polished. Yeah, I agree. Pixel art is cheaper too if you buy assets. Yeah, the issue there, as always, is the consistency part. Like, you do have to make sure that stuff still looks consistent, it's like the same color palette, the same pixel art sizes, all of that stuff. Which you certainly can do, like, obviously buying asset can still be of great help, but it's something to keep in mind, because me personally, I think that consistency is like the most important thing when it comes to getting your game to look good. Pixel art lets you strip the mechanical aspects of art and focus on the parts that most people never master, color, value, and volume. Yeah. But I think the issue is that for the people who pick pixel art because they just want an easy art style, which I think is a lot of indie games, I think the issue is that they don't focus on color, value, and volume. Like, I think that's kind of where the issue lies, that they pick pixel art because they think this is the easiest art style to get into, and then, you know, they don't like really get up to par with what people expect. This is by no means me in here saying that my art style is fucking incredible. I don't think it's bad, but like, there's definitely way more artistic pixel art games than my game. But I think what I have managed to, if I may say so myself, what I have managed to nail with the art style here, I think, is the consistency, which I think makes it look a lot better. Most people forget the art part in it, yeah. Undertale has heart and a great story structure. Yeah, I'm by no means saying that Undertale is not a great game. I think it is. But the art style is definitely not why it's great. I think it's fair to say that Undertale does look a little bit shit. Like, the way I see it, Undertale is the type of game you play because your mates tell you to play it, right? Like, I don't think if I was randomly browsing the Steam store, especially if I couldn't see reviews, if all I saw was like the screenshots of Undertale, I think there's a very low likelihood that I would have bought the game. Like, the reason why I buy the game is because everyone keeps telling me that the game is fucking incredible, you have to play it. So that becomes like the selling factor that overrides the shitty art style and makes me go, okay, I'll give it a go. Same thing with Vampire Survivors. Partly because people, you know, naturally promote the game mouth to mouth or whatever. Mouth to mouth. Word to... You know what the fucking expression I'm looking for. Mouth to mouth is completely different. Anyway. I think they also had the thing where obviously Vampire Survivors sold for really cheap, which, you know, could have incentivized some people who maybe didn't like the art style that much, but the game was so cheap they were like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. And then they realized that the gameplay is the actual selling point of it. Because I think it's fair to say that Vampire Survivors is also one of those games where, like, it's a good game. Oh, it's actually increased in price, hasn't it? This was way cheaper before. Because this is, as far as I'm aware, I think it's all assets, and you could argue there's some inconsistencies. But overall, like, the selling point here just isn't the art. People don't play Vampire Survivors or Undertale because they look good. They play them because of, in Undertale's case, I think it's mainly story reasons. Like, the story is really good, and this is obviously that the gameplay just, that's a real selling point. We Own It and Deltarune, great games. They look pretty janky though. Yeah, I 100% agree. Undertale looks exactly like the kind of game the guy living in the basement of the guy who made Homestuck would make. It reminds me of early 90s Simpson style art gone pixel. Yeah, exactly, correct. Undertale did well despite the art, yeah. I think that's a kind of key point to remember. Which is also the reason why there's a lot of arguments against using pixel art in your capsule art, which you see, for example, here. Vampire Survivors doesn't do. If you look at Celeste, they don't use pixel art. Like, a lot of games don't use pixel art in the capsule, because generally speaking, it just doesn't do as well. Like, I'm not saying that pixel art games don't do well, but just for capsule art, illustrations usually work better. And here I found a few times that people tell me that, like, oh yeah, but Undertale has pixel art, or something like Stardew Valley. This is a pixel art, and they pixel art capsule, and they did incredibly well. So obviously pixel art can work. But I think this is kind of the same thing where, like, Undertale and Stardew Valley are both massive fucking outliers. Like, they are games that have, you know, succeeded and, like, gotten so praised that, like, the chance of any of us realistically making a game like this is just very low. So I don't think there's any, like, I don't think I earn very much on trying to compare to what Stardew Valley is doing, because they are already such huge exceptions to rules that, you know, I don't think the data is reliable, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Great game needs great story, great sound design, and great gameplay. Graphics are just extra. I don't know if I would go that far either. I think there are games that can have art be one of the biggest selling points. Like, that's the way I see it. I think that games in general just sell for different reasons, right? Some sell almost purely because of the gameplay, which I would say probably is something like Vampire Survivors. You have other games such as Undertale, which I think sells almost entirely on the music is good, to be fair, but I think the big reason there is story, because like you said, a great game needs great story, sound design, and gameplay. I don't think Undertale has great gameplay. It does have a little bit of a twist with the whole thing that you don't have to fight everyone. That's I have to give it to him. Like, that's an interesting concept. But overall, like, the gameplay isn't great. I think the main thing that sells Undertale is the story. And I think the main thing that sells Vampire Survivors is the gameplay. And I do think there are games that where, like, the sound design or the graphics are, like, the bigger things as well. But then, obviously, a lot of the time, this will be like AAA games where they have, like, incredibly realistic graphics, or someone that's, like, pioneering the graphics in games, basically. Where people might actually be interested in buying the game for the sole purpose that, like, the graphics look fucking sick. You can sometimes tell when pixel art in the game is made by someone who has followed popular tutorials by YouTubers like Mortmort, etc. I'd argue in a lot of genres you can't have good gameplay without good graphics because animations matter so much. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I think in a lot of genres it's... I don't actually know how much it is. It depends on what we consider graphics. Because it doesn't even have to be animations, in my opinion. It's the whole thing about having it be juicy and like having the gameplay feel satisfying, which you can do in multiple ways. Like that could be done with art, it could be done with animations, it could be done with particle effects. There's like obviously a lot of like strategies you can take to try and make the game feel good. But that is something that, at least for a lot of genres, I think is really important. But there are definitely exceptions here where I think like a visual novel or something, it probably doesn't have to feel super satisfying to click that dialogue box. Like, that's where I think the story in general is just gonna be... The graphics should be fairly important, like it is a visual novel. But yeah, I don't know if like the juice aspect of it would be as important in a game like that. What about other made 2.5D hybrids? I use pixel art and detailed 3D. Interesting. So wait, is it... So it's not all pixel art? Because I know you have a game similar to like Long Gone. That would be 2.5D, where he has pixel art sprites for the characters, but the world is like 3D pixel art. Or do you mean this as in like the 3D stuff is not pixel art whatsoever? Because that, I think that can work too. I think it's a lot harder to pull off, if I'm gonna be honest. I think if you are like completely mixing different art styles, I think you are definitely in for more of a challenge. That would be my personal feeling, at least. Because one of the key things here, once again, is the fact that I think consistency is just one of the most important things. And having something look consistent while mixing a bunch of art styles could be really difficult. But by no means saying you can't do it, but I think it's more challenging to pull it off. You pulled it off by focusing on simplicity and consistency, yeah. And really truly giving a fuck, yeah. No, I think that is fair. And I think that would be, like, especially for people who are not as artistic in general, which I would say, like, I'm decent when it comes to making art and stuff, but I'm definitely not like a... I wouldn't say it's like my main skill either, right? And I think for us in general, I think focusing on consistency and potentially simplicity as well is an easy way to get something that might be relatively simple to make but still ends up looking decent. Undertale-like games, you need to see the trailer, and the trailer has to be well made. Yeah, I wonder if the Undertale trailer would sell me if I had no preconceived notions, if I couldn't see the reviews, if this was all I saw. I wonder if even this would be enough for me. I mean, music is good. Yeah. It's interesting, like, this is a good trailer, but I'm not sure, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, if I'm gonna self-reflect here for a minute, I'm still not sure that would have sold me. I don't know if that, even seeing the trailer here, even if I took the time to really watch through the trailer, if I had no preconceived notions of this game, I still I still honestly don't think I would have bought it. For me personally, I think the main reason I bought Undertale is because everyone kept telling me to play it. Mouth-to-mouth promotion of my game, maybe I should try this one? Yeah. That's a new meta, people. So I'm a bit behind chat here, but trying to catch up. Nowadays, I don't play any game because of the look. Smalls the Kobold with the raid. Welcome in, man. How you doing? What have you been up to? Anything you wanna share? Anything you wanna show? Let me know as always. Big shout out to Smalls, yet another game developer on Twitch.tv. Mute Mentality, welcome in. Good to have ya. 8-bits, good to see you as well. Sorry guys, I'm a bit behind in chat here, but I am catching up. David, good to see ya. For anyone coming in with the raid, if you don't know me, I go by Mad Sherpy and I'm currently working on my point-and-click horror game called Shroud of Gloom, which we just released the demo for. Did a fairly big update today, so if anyone hasn't checked it out, go ahead and do so. Appreciate anyone trying out the demo. If you want to get a better idea of what the game is like, then here's a little trailer for ya. There we have it. Thank you so much for the raid, Smalls. Truly do appreciate ya. You didn't have anything, still not anything to show, but soon. Exciting, man. I can't wait. Yeah, we have been talking a bit here about how important art style is for games and whether or not pixel art is a good thing to go for indie developers. Let me know what you think, guys. I don't play any games because of the look. Stardew pixel art is also really high quality pixel art. Yeah, I think so. I think Stardew Valley is another good example of a game that I could see people looking at this and being like, yeah, I could probably make some art like this. This is probably not too difficult. Like, it's fairly low res and stuff, but I think, yeah, I think the main thing is that I honestly think it's very easy to underestimate the difficulty in getting even something like pixel art looking this good and consistent. Because this is real, as you said, it's really high quality pixel art. But the issue is that I think a lot of people just underestimate the amount of work that goes into making something look like this. Like, compared to some like 3D realistic graphics or whatever, this just looks like it's easier. And you could argue either way, but I still think that people basically underestimate how difficult this is to make. For me, pixel art is kind of like book versus movie. In pixel art, you can imagine more how things look if you like role-playing. Yeah, that's a good point. Agree, there's a lot of exceptions. It's a scale from like visual novel to arcade fighter. In a fighting game, animations are literally the fundamental building blocks of the game. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, the genre definitely decides more which pillar of the game that is the most important. Between, like, you know, if you're making a rhythm game or like a music-based game, like obviously music and sound effects are gonna be one of the more important things. I would say the general like feedback is very important too. But art style, maybe not as important. For like a visual novel, the art style is important, but the animations probably not so much. Feedback probably not so much either. For like a roguelike, a lot of the time it's the fun aspect of the gameplay is gonna be the most important thing, probably paired with, you know, feedback. I think in a lot of games, like, feedback is going to be fairly important. Octopath, but the 3D is high detailed with pixelation. Oh, interesting. Because Octopath, I think, is a good game that it is like 2.5D, mixing like the perspectives. Oh wait, am I thinking of a different game? No, this is the one. However, this game still looks incredibly consistent. Which, once again, I know I keep repeating myself here, but I honestly think that nothing beats consistency. It's a very interesting art style. Like, I'm kind of surprised it works as well as it does. Because this is like 2D sprites in a 3D pixel art world, and then with like a shit ton of like post-processing and lights and stuff, and like there's a blur. Like, there's so much effects on top of it, which like feels like it could have clashed, but it does look really good. How you doing, 8-bits? Hope you've been well, man. Art is probably the main reason why I failed at finish making a game. Gets really frustrating, to be honest. In that case, I think you should try the whole thing about like focusing on a very simple art style and putting the emphasis on consistency. Because I think simple and consistent is always gonna beat like, you know, fucking incredible art, but then completely inconsistent, like colors are all mismatched and like the style is off, or like the quality varies. Like, I think consistency is key. I know you're saying artistic, but keep hearing autistic. Fair enough. Yeah, I do not really pronounce the R, so. I know it wouldn't sell me, but I own the game and have only played a couple of the mini games. Undertale is one of those games you buy because other people said it was awesome and you have to get it. Yeah, that is exactly what I feel like. I don't think there's... I struggle to find another reason why I would have been sold on Undertale if it wasn't for people telling me to play it. Even though I think the trailer is good, even with the trailer, I don't think I would have been sold. But once again, I very much enjoyed Undertale. It just doesn't look very great from a first glance. That's honestly what I think. And I think that is fairly fair to say. Fairly fair, that's a bit redundant, isn't it? Pixel art requires a ton of work, but I think you have to lean heavily into a style and genre on the game. Yeah. Horror and fantasy lean really well into pixel art because it's already pretty conceptual, where a lack of clarity actually benefits the art rather than hinders it. Yeah, that's an interesting point. If you're working on 2D platforming with pixel art, I think you have to be stunning at it and have a very unique style. Or find a way to cheat like crazy to make it unique visual. Yeah. No, I think that is fair. Like, it's the whole thing where... I think that's where people... Like, pixel art is fairly easy to make, but I think the issue is that they underestimate how difficult it is to, like you said, for something like a 2D platformer, if you want to stand out as a 2D platformer, that's pretty fucking difficult, because there's a lot of 2D platformers out there, and a lot of them look fucking fantastic. So, like, decent pixel art is not gonna be enough for you to stand out in a genre like 2D platformers. Fanphobia, welcome in, man. How you doing, mate? Hope you've been well. Fanphobia is yet another game developer, not a game developer. I'm too used to saying that. He's yet another streamer on Twitch. He actually did play one of the early versions of the demo on his stream, so go and check him out if you want. He's a cool guy. Recommend it. Octopath might be the only game I fell in love with the graphics. I do like the gameplay as it's really simple combat, but the story was all over. I think Long Gone pulls off the 3D pixel art style better than Octopath. I would probably agree, but I don't know if this... I don't know if this is a subjective reason, perhaps. Just the thing is that I think this game looks really cool, But there is still something I find a little bit odd about like there's like, I think they pull it off very well, but I'm not sure if I personally, subjectively, am like a huge fan of the art styles match with the like insane amount of post-processing. I think it looks good, but personally for me, I find that a game like Long Gone ends up just looking more consistent. There still is like blurring and stuff, there still is post-processing here, obviously we have some light system going on. But I think it's, you know, I think it does look a bit more consistent in that style, personally. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure if I would say that that is like an objective thing. I think this could very well be subjective as well. The difference is Long Gone is doing art style because it's beautiful. Octopath wanted to be old school JRPG with new style. Yeah, I do suppose that the like the target or the goal or whatever was a little bit different there. Still deeply traumatized by the Gloom demo. I'm good though, glad I've finally managed to catch your stream. Yeah, thank you very much for dropping in here, Fanphobia. It's good to have you, mate. I very much enjoyed your playthrough of the demo. Octopath is more leaning on the nostalgia. Yeah, I would say that like Long Gone definitely looks... I mean, it's interesting because they both have like some classic feels to it, but whereas Long Gone still feels on like the mass scale or whatever, it feels more unique in the art style. Whereas I would say that Octopath Traveler looks very... It looks fairly similar to like just a classic JRPG, but then with a shit ton of post-processing. Like, it feels like they basically took something that feels almost like the same medium, but then added a bunch of stuff on top of it to make... Or they took an old medium and added a bunch of stuff on top to make it look more modern. Whereas I would say something like Long Gone feels more like the style itself feels a bit more modern, if that makes sense. That's why I love Octopath style so much. 16-bit style is my nostalgia. Yeah. No, I think nostalgia is a big thing as well. And I think actually with my game as well, I do play a bit on nostalgia. I'm also trying to make something that feels a bit more modern. Obviously with like some post-processing, a lot of focus on feedback and stuff like that. But like obviously the point-and-click genre itself is a very, you know, it is a quite nostalgic classic genre. So I know I've gotten some reviews from people that have mentioned that it did give some of that nostalgia, which I think is good. 69 reviews, people. Thank you so much to anyone that's reviewed the demo. Does mean a lot. Okay, so like I said, I really want to try the Jonas Tie Roller extension, where you basically turn Steam into a little game, a guessing game on how well it's done. But I think first and foremost, we should check out Faith in Despair. So this is gonna be a little bit of a different stream. Usually I do work on my game, but our dear friend Mothership recently released his game, the full version of his game, Faith in Despair, and it's something I've been wanting to try for a long time, so I think we should do it. Long Gone looks way better than Octopath. Maybe it's me being super tired of the overused JRPG anime style pixel art. Yeah, I think both look good. I personally would say that I prefer... I would prefer Long Gone's style, but I wouldn't personally not go as far as to say that Octopath doesn't look good. I think it does look really good. It's just a very different way of going about it. Either way, you're going to bust your ass shipping either style. Very true. Very true. Okay, do we have a genre for this? We do! We do have a genre, look at that. First look at Mothership's game. So this is a deck builder where you basically get to customize the card yourself by using triggers and modifiers and stuff, which is a bit of an interesting twist on the deck builder genre. I love deck builders. Yeah, deck builders are fun. I have never played them super much. I've played both Slay the Spire and Monster Train. I really liked both. I never ended up like hitting very high playtimes in either one, but I very much enjoy them. I also did work on a few deck builders myself back in the day. Here is the link to the game. Let me pin this while we play it. I already have it installed, so let's boot it up and check it out, people. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Now the card modifies true incomplete. Can they run Doom? I got probably 10 to 20k in various card games. From Magic the Gathering, Dominion, Exceed, Storm Realms. Okay, I have only heard of one of those, as far as I know. But you're also working on a deck builder yourself, right? Yeah, I think deck builders are... I think they're really fun, and honestly, I think it's a bit of a buffed genre for indie game developers as well. Well, mainly because they tend to be roguelites, and I think roguelites is a kind of buffed genre for indie devs. Okay, let's boot it up. First time, very exciting. I actually haven't even played the demo of this one. He does start in windowed, something I've been considering changing as well. I currently start in borderless, but I know that can be an issue sometimes when if it starts on like the wrong monitor and stuff. At the same time, it's the annoying thing for me doing a horror game. I feel like immersion is so important, so I kind of don't want people to actually play in windowed mode. And I'm a bit scared that if I set windowed as a default, some people are just not gonna bother switching, whereas they maybe would have played full screen otherwise. How's the volume? It looks pretty good. Oh wait, I've actually lowered the volume in OBS, haven't I? Start full screen. I don't know about full screen. I think full screen has more issues than borderless in general. I think most people prefer borderless over full screen. Like actual full screen. Obligatory reminder that Windows Shift arrow key will move windows between monitors. What? Windows Shift arrow key? Holy shit! I had no idea. That is fucking great, man. Okay, that is very useful to know. I had no idea you could do this. Works even in windowed mode. Thanks for letting me know. I know there's another one which is like Control-Alt-Enter or something, Control-Shift-Enter. There's something like that you can do to switch between full screen and windowed, which I wasn't aware of either, and that actually doesn't work in my game. It will like reset it, because when you do that like key binding or whatever, you actually don't change the setting in the game. You force it to windowed, but the next time the game checks for resolution, it's gonna automatically change it again for you. So I don't know what to do about that. Either I make it so that key binding, whatever it is, actually overrides the setting you have, or if there's a way to just deny that key binding. I don't know if that's possible, but Let's see. Shift Windows arrow. That is so useful. I had no idea I could do that. Okay, we want full screen. Oh, look at that. Automatically changed to 1920. That's a neat little detail. So can I do it now too? I can. Look at that. That's fucking great, man. I don't know why I'm so hyped, but I had no idea I could do that. I also learned a new thing. This is the thing, like, it's so easy to miss a bunch of these key bindings. What is it, like, shift and then a number? Oh, sorry, Windows key and then any number will open the application on that slot on your taskbar, which is also one of them things that I think I completely missed for ages. Okay, that looks... Oh, nice little animation here with... Oh, that is clever. So the button ends up becoming the title. That is fucking clever. Because I have the same, like, I have the same thing where my buttons for the settings has the same key as the title. Kind of fucking clever to not only reuse the key itself, but actually reuse the entire graphic thing. Okay, I need to get less analytical. I have a tendency, ever since I became a game developer, I become far too analytical when it comes to playing video games, but that's actually a nice detail. Game speed, I think this was default, so we're gonna keep it like that for now. Ah, interesting. Confirm actions, Steam friends, okay, controls. I guess we'll just use the default and we'll learn how this works. That looks pretty good. Collection. Oh. Are these... like... Oh no, I was gonna say, are these the cards? I don't think they are. I think these might be the modifiers. Blessings, curses, demons, bosses, decks. Damn, there's a lot of stuff here. Statistics? Ooh. We always like being able to get some data. Data's always interesting. Top action, top trigger. Fastest victory. That one is interesting. I wonder, does fastest victory take into account if you change your game speed? Profile 1. Credits. I think it's actually Mothership singing in the background here as well. Windowed feels kinda amateur. I don't like windowed. I feel like it ruins immersion so much. That's why I'm like, I know some people would prefer a game starting in windowed, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's risky in case people actually don't bother switching. Because the thought would be that you start in Windows so they can make sure it's on the right display, so that then they will switch into borderless or full screen. Because I just think a game like mine would suffer quite a lot from not being played full screen, from like an immersion perspective. I like to use OR letters on my keyboard, so I need Finnish typing, but since I like the system to be in English, I have 2. Now for some reason 3 different languages. And apparently either Control Windows or Alt Windows changes language for the keyboard. Yeah, which is really fucking annoying. I think there is a setting for it though. Because I have the same thing. I have my computer in English, which I think by default gives me an English keyboard. And then I have installed the Swedish keyboard layout as well. And that one was really fucking annoying, because I kept accidentally switching. But I did recently find that there's a setting to disable that hotkey so it doesn't happen anymore. Otte Make Games, welcome in man, how you doing? Good to have you, mate. I always feel the need to look at the settings first when checking out indie games. Good stuff, this looks really polished. Yeah, the first impression is definitely good. I think this is the most impressive thing so far. The fact that the button ends up being the title in the submenu I think that's really, really fucking nicely done. Very, very creative solution there. Eurokey keyboard layout? Ooh, I don't know what that is. Not sure why, but I don't have a way to disable the key binding on this version. Which Windows version are you on? Because yeah, it could be maybe you need... It could potentially be that it came with Windows 11, because that's the one I am on. You doing good, Otto? Nice to hear. Good morning. UI animations, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, Automated Games is yet another game developer on twitch.tv. Go and check him out if you haven't. Really, really genuine guy. Highly recommend him. You are doing something wrong if you are not following Automated Games. Oh, you have Windows 11? I think you should be able to do it. Keyboard... settings, keyboard. This is not the one. I know I found a way to disable it. Advanced keyboard settings. Input language hotkeys. I know I found it somewhere. Language bar options. I know I found it. Feels like it should be here. It's literally like a week ago or something that I did it. There was some setting like, you know, enable hotkey to switch languages. Input language hotkeys. Oh, is it this key sequence set to none? Yeah, I think this is it. Hotkeys for input languages. I think normally you have a key sequence here where you switch it, so if you unassign this one, I think you disable it, so that you cannot accidentally switch keyboard language. I have it input to none? Oh, interesting. Joao, welcome in, bem-vindo pá. How you doing? Thank you very much for the review on the demo, man. It means a lot. It's also worth noting the language layout aren't hard-coded into Windows. You can make your own. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense since you might have a completely different keyboard as well, right? Like people who use ergonomic keyboards. I guess those could be hard-coded in the actual hardware of the keyboard, though. Potentially. Okay, should we give this a go? I'm excited to try it. Ads? Really? That's a bad timing. You know what? I might let these ads run so that we can play the game uninterrupted, and then I have some time to quickly reheat some of my coffee as well. But appreciate your patience as always. You're welcome, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Joao. Oh wait, did you find it? Did you find it, Kamostan? Why is the normal key binding again? Because I could try it here as well, but I'm fairly certain that switched it for me. Oh, there was a hidden option behind the none? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, just that annoyed me as well. I think before I found that, I was like accidentally switching language like multiple times a day. And the worst thing is that I never learned the actual key binding for it. Like, I didn't know what the key binding was, so I like went in and manually changed it back all the time, and it fucking got on my nerves, man. So eventually I started looking around, digging around Windows to see if there was a setting, and indeed there was. So far menu-wise, I think this feels really good. Feels polished. The only thing that could have been nice, potentially, doing something like Road Blight did, maybe have some little animation going on. Like, it doesn't even have to be like a proper animation, but just some particle effects or something. Should have been nice in the like menu art. But that's a very, very minuscule thing. Yeah, overall I am fucking excited though. I think this is gonna be a good one. It's been some time since I played a deck builder, so we'll see how I do. It's gonna be interesting to see how intuitive this is with the like trigger and modifier system and stuff. That's gonna be quite interesting. But I have very high hopes. But the ads are running, so let me get these over with. I'm gonna quickly go and get some more coffee, and I'll be right back. Cheers. And we are back. Thanks up in chat, this was a pain for maybe a year. I had it before, then I fixed it and the problem came back. I too suffered from this multiple times a day. Yeah, it's fucking annoying, man. I'm glad you were able to sort it out. Let's see, I think the ads are over as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We're gonna get into this. As I mentioned, this is a deck builder released today by the one and only Mothersheep, dear friend of the stream, so make sure to go and check him out. He does stream the development on Twitch as well. Let's boot it up. Play a day in your journal or a custom run. Okay, wait, atonement, shop offers 4 cards. Locked. Okay, so I guess we need to unlock different decks. I'm gonna assume that journal is like the standard one, so I think this is where we're gonna start. Let me know how the volume is. Welcome to Hell, Faith. If you want to live, you have to play against me for eternity. Remember, beat 3 chapters to win and stay alive. Select an event. Okay, so I assume this is 1 chapter. Yeah, 1. I guess this is gonna say 2 on the next one. So... oh, yeah. Day 1, chapter 1. Okay, so we have Faith. When Faith reaches 0 or below, you lose. And then we have Despair. Increases when you play cards, depending on card cost. When Despair reaches 100%, a new curse will be added. Ooh, that's interesting. I do like the fact that the name of the game actually is connected to like gameplay elements as well. That's pretty clever. We have some gold, battle log, enemy graveyard, allied graveyard. Guess that's my deck. Oh, and this is a blessing I have. Fight and gain faith to reduce despair 1. I do like this thing where I know quite a few deck builders do this, but where you always get like the keywords explained when you have a card. That's really nice. Okay. Fight 2, fight, rest 1. Treasure. Okay, so we choose one of these and then I get, ooh, extra options, okay. I mean, treasure sounds pretty good. I'm gonna... oh, is that... okay, I got gold. Oh, no, wait, I have to do all of them. I see. So I assume we can find a shop later on where the gold is gonna be used for. Yeah, primarily used to buy cards. Okay, let's try getting into our first fight. Faith. It is who you are. It is what keeps you going. Place creatures to protect yourself. If faith reaches 0, you lose. So this is basically my health bar. And this will go up, and if it reaches the end, then I get a new curse, which I assume is gonna be the opposite of a blessing. That makes sense. Spell, Impulse 5, deals magic damage. Okay. Then we have a creature, 20 health, 5 damage, 2 despair. So okay, I'm gonna, for placing this card, I will get 2 despair. That makes sense. Kills damage inflicted activations. Marasheep, the man of the hour, welcome in. How you doing, man? Big congrats on the release. Just started getting into the first battle here. Healed, no action. Okay, so... Okay. So these, I assume, then are... Yeah, so this is my trigger. So with this one, I can trigger something when it is healed. And this one will trigger something when this creature gets damaged the first time in a fight. So then later on, I think we can find modifiers or actions or something to put on these. Right now, we can't really do anything, I think. Oh, we can redraw as well. Can I see my deck? I can. Okay, we can heal, we can do damage. Another card there, which seemed to be, that's kind of my best card, I think. Doing good so far, only 5 hours of sleep, damn. That was actually pretty much exactly the same for my demo release as well. I did not get a lot of sleep either, I understand it, man. How are you feeling so far though? About the release in general. I did check it out, I did some starting on Steam, and so far it looks like the reviews are good, so that's nice to see. UI and user interface, experience and compliments already, only critique differentiating opinions stated about whether the game should be open full screen or window, yeah. Unless I miss another, I don't think so. No, the only other thing I said, which is a very minuscule thing, but I think some slight animation could even be as simple as some particle effects or something in like the main menu screen could have been nice, just to have something going on. I don't think you need to like animate the character or whatever, but just having something moving I think could be a nice touch, but that's a very small thing. But the thing I was the most impressed by so far is the fact that when you click a sub-menu button in the settings, the fact that the button moves up and becomes the title, I think that was clean, man. That was very clean. Okay, so these have 12, 13 health, 5 and 4 in damage. I wonder, do they always attack forward? Is that how that works? Probably not, we'll see. I guess I'm just gonna try throwing these two out, and we're gonna end the turn. So now my despair went up, right? Yes, it did. Playing cards increase despair. Okay, can I see... Yeah, I can see the max health. Okay, that's nice. So like you, because I assume that I can't heal them beyond max. Oh wait, so I have a graveyard, but I assume enemy graveyard. When your cards die, they go into this graveyard stack. All cards return to your deck after a fight. Okay, that makes sense. I suppose that is fairly standard. So I think we're just gonna do... I guess it's probably better to try and kill one. Easy peasy. These orbs are called Lacrima or Lacrima. There are 3 types of Lacrima. Triggers, actions, and modifiers. Okay. So now we get to choose a reward. So this is a trigger on allied death. The thing is, I already have a few cards which have triggers on them from the get-go, so I assume it's better to get some action here. Restores health of target creature. Oh wait, is this a... Oh, wait, is that a spell? Or should I put that as one of these as well? Oh shit, wait, I already had these as well. Ah. No, those are the ones I'm looking at. These are the ones I'm picking between. No, they're not. Oh, did I start with some of these? Okay, trigger for allied death, poison. I think we want a bit more damage. Defense, action. No, this is an action. Okay, so on spells, it targets the spell target by default. On creatures, it targets itself by default and requires a trigger. So then I could get like double healed whenever I heal this one, or when this one gets hit, you basically get one free heal. I wanna try offensive. That sounds fun. The character was animated at one point, but it was too much. But I agree, I could add some particles on the title screen just so something is moving. Yeah, it's a very small thing, but I think it could look nice. Because yeah, I don't think you need a full animation. Like, I know Codrad did something similar in his game Roguelite, where I think the character in there is just slightly swaying, like very, very subtly. And then there's like some particle effects. I think he's holding a torch, so that is a little bit animated, but it's fairly subtle things, but it does look nice. Rematch, welcome in. You get a random starter pack in your inventory in the beginning too. Honestly, I feel like my work has just begun. It's crazy. I'm glad it's out, but my work continues. Gotta plan updates and stuff. Yeah. It was slightly swaying, but it caused motion sickness, so I turned it off. Ah, I see. Okay, so we have poison. The trimmer value 3 deals damage equal to its current value. Oh, reduces by 1 every turn. Oh, that's interesting. So this basically ends up being kind of consumable. Like it's basically gonna run out. Okay, let's use you here. Reduces incoming attack damage by 50%. Stack halves when hit. But this, I suppose, needs a trigger too. And I only have one more with a trigger. But I do have this. When an ally of this creature receives a buff. Does this constitute as a buff? Probably. I'm gonna assume it doesn't. So in that case, it makes more sense to put you here for now. Can I move this? Oh, I can. Ooh, nice little particle effect there too. Sort zoom. Drop clear cards. Okay, I think I'm good with that. What did this do again? When a fight ends, you would gain faith and we drop a bit of despair. Your creatures revive after fights. Well, I didn't actually have anyone die. Because I'm a fucking professional gamer, innit? Okay, first blood, let's... I still don't know if this matters. Let's put you here. And then... Wait, I can basically use... Like, I don't really have a mana energy thing here, right? I could use all of these if I wanted to. But then, yeah, the issue is that we're gonna increase in despair. So it's kind of flipping the system if you compare it to something like Monster Train or Slay the Spire, where you have like a certain amount of energy, and per card it will decrease until you can't place anymore. Here I think we technically are allowed to spam out as many cards as we want, but we're gonna, you know, suffer the consequences of despair instead, so that's kinda interesting. Profesh, exactly. Okay, let's get this guy out here too. And then... oh shit, wait. Oh, damage taken, impulse 3. Oh, I see. Blooded. What's that? When health of this creature falls below half max health. Wait. Damage taken. When this creature gets damaged. That is fucking OP. So that's gonna activate every single time. Status poison 4, but of course it's still gonna run out eventually, but... wait, what's this thing? Or is that a... no, is that a modifier, the poison thing? Oh, I think it might be. Okay, I don't need to heal. I'm gonna throw you here as well. I think... let me see what happens. Okay, I think by default that they are gonna try to attack the card in front of them. I think that's how it works. I could kill him with that one, but that's kinda unnecessary, because you're gonna die anyway. So I might as well try and keep my despair low by just ending turn. When this creature receives a buff. Deals magic damage. And we have poison. I wonder if it might be that sometimes impulse might be better than poison. Maybe it's good to have one of each. Maybe. Oh, you think that's OP? Oh ho ho buddy. Oh, it isn't? What's up, Pamela? Welcome in. OP combos unlocked, let's go. Okay, where are we going? What do we have here? Rest. I don't really know what rest does, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it probably increases faith and maybe decreases despair. Fight treasure. What do we have here? Study. Don't know what that is, but I do want to see. So let's go here, let's grab the treasure and then go to the study. Oh, choose a card to upgrade. So what happens here? Okay, we increase the damage, increase the heal. What do I do here? Oh shit, we add another slot. That is pretty good. I assume I can move these around whenever I want to. Like, no... maybe in a fight, but outside of combat. Because this one is kind of naturally better. So why not make this the, like, OP card? Ooh. It does increase the despair cost as well. But fuck it. Okay, so we can do one card. And now my question is, can I take these back? I can. Okay, so let's put them on our OP guy, which is this one. Oh shit, wait, I guess I could do multiple triggers too. Like either I do one trigger with 2 actions, or if I have a really good action, I could try and make sure it triggers as often as possible by adding more triggers. Okay, let's give you... wait, what? First blood, healed, ally buffed. I still don't really know what constitutes as a buff. healed. Oh, whoa, wait. Should I, wait, do I have an infinite loop here? Am I going crazy here? But if I make this trigger when you take damage, and when you take damage, I heal you. Didn't I have a heal before? No, I didn't pick up the fucking heal. Why if I make him heal himself, and then have another trigger, shouldn't I create a fucking infinite loop here? Like, taking damage is gonna make him heal himself, and then having a heal trigger. No, wait, wasn't that... No, when this trigger is healed, that feels like I can get fucking infinite healing. But I didn't actually take the lacrima I needed for that. So let's do first blood, and then we're gonna go poison, or just go full on damage. Fuck it. And maybe whenever you're healed, you will throw out a bit of poison too. And then might as well use these, I suppose. I don't know if there's a reason for me to try and save these. Probably not. No, I think we're fine. Let's do something like that. The spell increases too. Balancing decisions. Exactly. Lacrima aren't locked in unless there's specific cards in the shop that have locked in effects. I played the crap out of the demo, so I'll need to try and keep my mouth shut. No worries. Oh, official Faith in Despair ambassador is in chat. Let's go. If it was official, I'd be paid. You were paid in despair or faith. Now we have the loophole. Okay. I wanna try this one now. And I think positioning actually matters. I think by default, if you have an enemy in front of you, that's the one you're gonna attack. Why do you have a stealthing there? Is that because you are like the main enemy? Is that how that works? Hey, Zolt, welcome in, man. Cheers, mate. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We are currently checking out Mothership's game, Faith in Despair. Still on the first run here, trying to learn the ropes. So far, though, it feels fairly intuitive. Like, it's the thing where when you just hear that you like modify the cards, it sounds like something that could get a bit overwhelming, but so far I cannot say it is. It feels fairly straightforward. Okay, let me try this one. I kinda wanna see what constitutes as a buff. Well, that is if I even need to heal though. Holy shit, get wrecked, fam. Oh shit, you're throwing in more cards now. When you shuffle your deck, reduces... Oh, you get shield. When this creature attacks you... Fucking hell, I want those ones that apply it all the time. That seems OP. So I don't have any more slots, right? No. So now, I could heal this one. But the issue is I want to know if ally buffed happens when I heal someone, but you're not an ally, so that's not gonna matter. I'm gonna heal you anyway, though. How am I doing on the spell? We're fine. We're chilling. And then you have 5 in damage. Let's throw out one of these as well, and you should die. Also, you forgot to make the car window breakable. Yeah, that is still not in the update. The thing is that I don't think I'm gonna do that until I make the car interactable. Like, I think the first step would have to be that the car in the game should even be interactable. Because you need something to happen when you click on it normally for that to make sense to have a item thing. I think, at least. That's how everything else works. But I have some ideas for what to do there. I think it's, from the start, it's just gonna be a toast pop up. Oh, did the skull indicate a new enemy coming after the previous one? Oh. Yeah, that should be it. Because they didn't... Yeah, none came now. Okay, so you currently have shield. Deck shuffled. But you should die now. Yeah, no matter what I do, you should die. Wait, why didn't you attack? Should this one not have attacked? First blood only was the first time the creature is damaged. Yeah. But I thought both of these would attack him. No, but this one didn't do anything, did it? Nonetheless though, you are gonna die now, so might as well just do this. I don't know if I missed something there. Ally... Ooh, when an ally of this creature attacks, holy shit, that one will trigger a lot. Especially if you start having more cards out. Poison 5, shield 5. I wanna try one of these more active triggers or whatever. I don't really heal that much. Let's switch that one out. Sure. And I guess there's no point in adding a... Yeah, there's no point in adding a trigger if I don't have an action. Wait, when do I lose faith again? Altar of Tears, that sounds interesting. Another study. Fight and rest. Let's go here. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. So what, can I... Oh wait, is it better to combine triggers maybe? Can I do this? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Shield 8. Okay, I see how it works. I thought I would get like the things from both, if that makes sense. But wait. Can I... So can I upgrade one of these as well? Oh, you become ally death instead. Give me everything. I wanna try shit. Ally attack, that one is already quite good. What if I do this one and that one? When you play a creature card. That one's interesting. Whenever new turn begins. Healed ally buffed. Can I only do one? I assume I can only do one here. Pawns, welcome in. You lose faith when you take direct damage, so if you don't have a creature blocking an attack. Okay, so yeah, it's basically... Yeah, I see what you mean. Like if the main character takes damage, which is... So if all of those died and they still had another turn or whatever. Okay. Morning Pons, how you doing, man? Turn begin sounds kinda interesting. Fuck it. Can I... So is that the only one I can do? Yeah, I can only do one. So... Let's throw ally attack here. We're gonna do... Turn begin. This one is just going for straight damage. Every fucking turn, just deal all the damage. Whenever an ally attacks, throw out a bit of poison. And then when you take damage... no. When you take damage, you put on a shield. Sure, that's what we're gonna do. Oh shit, I forgot about this. Why do I have a big sign here? Can I not start this? How's your day, Pons? Hope you're doing well, man. Maybe it would be better to upgrade this one. It's still the thing, gotta keep in mind that increases the spare as well. I'm currently kinda leaning towards just making one massively OP card, which is probably risky in case that one dies and then I only have shit cards. Maybe let's upgrade this one. You may redraw your hand. Nah. Okay, no skull this time. Oh, turn begin, exhume. Returns a creature from enemy graveyard to the board. Oh, that's kind of messed up. Mourn, whenever anyone died in the previous turn. You get shield. So is that both my units and your units? Okay, let's get our big boy out here. Let's put you here. I think we're gonna get both out. Yeah, sure. Might as well get some damage on this guy before he tries to heal. Turn begin, that we got the extra damage as well. And now... I mean, you should be dead. At the very least, you will automatically die at the start of the next turn. I could throw all my impulses to kill this one, but I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if I want your Mourn to trigger. Oh, no, I have to fucking kill this one. Can I swap places? Yeah, just now we have the skull here. You're gonna keep bringing new people in
Zoe
for
4-1 challenges the community to a marble race.
Every turn, which is kinda fucked. Marble race, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know. Wait, how long is a run in this? Yeah, I think I need to kill this one as soon as possible. Can I take cards back? I don't think so. Not that I want to, just being curious here. You need to die. Like, now. I don't want you to survive for the next turn. There's 6 damage. Oh wait, you're gonna shield though if this one dies first, are you not? But it might not. Okay, I'm definitely increasing my despair here. Ah, that's perfect. But now we have a new one. Reanimated. This creature has been exhumed from the enemy graveyard and will be removed from the game when it dies. Oh, so you're not even going back to the graveyard? Interesting. And that's technically a modifier? Okay, 14. I mean, you're dead. No, because this one, where... So, can they not attack? Diagonally? Didn't one do that before? 30 minutes or twice that if you take your time. You need to clear 3 chapters, you're in chapter 1. Okay. I was so sure I saw one attack diagonally before. Ally attack? What do I have? I already have one of those. I think we should get another action. I mean, so far, I kind of don't feel like I need healing. So let's just go cray-cray with the damage. Elite fight. Sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice, I assume I'm gonna sacrifice a card and get something for it. There's also a shop here though. Elite, oh, there's elite fights in both. Sacrifice treasure. I mean, I'd rather see the shop, to be honest. What is this? Choose a card to sacrifice. Or is this just to get rid of cards? In case you have cards you don't want. Can I get new cards? I know I'm asking a lot of questions here. I'm mainly just thinking out loud. They do not attack diagonally. Okay. Since it reads everything, I bet this first run is closer to 90 minutes. Yeah, I'm also a little bit too detail-oriented, so I like just, you know, figuring the small things out. Yeah, don't attack diagonally. Only use the effects on the tile in front of them unless they have a modifier that changes the position. Ah. Can I go play the full game now? Have fun? No worries. Enjoy the game, Pamela. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to get rid of anything. Two. 5. 0. Wait, what is this? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. This is what I get from it. Ah. So wait, do I get the spare? For sacrificing 2? And then this, I'm not sure if this is gold? Let me think about that. Lighting. Ally buffed. Weak, I assume, is a debuff. Reduces attack by 30%, stat halves when hit. 3 random Lacrima. Reroll shop. Okay, interesting. Oh shit, wait, this is a spell with another slot as well, so I can add something else on this. Oh yeah, I guess that's what happened. Yeah, because I could upgrade spells too, couldn't I? Yeah, spells have combos too. Oh shit, wait, lighting is good. Deals magic damage and inflicts stun. The issue here though is that these are... No wait, they don't go down. Is that per... Oh, is this per... Per battle? Let me get that one. Fuck it. Let's get that one too. We do have a elite fight as well. Yeah, lightning seems better than poison, to be honest. It's damage and chances down. Yeah. That one does seem pretty good. I'm gonna put you on... No. I want you on this one. I want lighting on you. Sure. And then for you, we can go ahead and let's say damage taken. I mean, maybe it would be good to have... Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch one of these over here. So when an ally attacks, you go cray-cray. And when you take damage, restores health of target creature, which would be yourself, or I shield. Income attack by 50%. And then that would stack and continue to halve it. That sounds like you're unkillable. Or I heal you every time. This feels stronger. I'm not sure, but it feels like it. Let's try it. Ooh, and we have 3 slots now too, but we are up against 3 cards as well. When this dies, you disable a random Lacrima slot. Can be repaired on rest. Oh shit, that's kind of brutal. They don't have too much damage though. Restores health. When you're buffed, you inflict weak. Okay. Let's go ahead and... I mean, I kind of want this one to die last then. Let's put you in front of the one with the most health. Damage taken. Put you here and you here. And then I'm good. You can adjust game speed in options. Maybe I'm missing some detail about poison. I think poison... I think that's just another form of damage. No, wait. This damage equal to its current value reduces by 1 every turn. Oh yeah, but this is a... Like impulse. Deals magic damage. Oh, no, wait. Does... Oh, okay. So wait, does this linger? Does poison linger? Because this only says deals magic damage. Whereas this one says deal damage equal to its current value. Reduced by 1 every turn. Or does that just mean that this number won't go down, whereas this one... Okay, I'm not entirely sure. There's no skulls here, so shouldn't get any more creatures, but if this feels fairly easy. Like, I don't think I need to do anything here. I should have switched your places and you would have died as well. Would probably have been better. Never mind. We have enough modifiers for you to die. Anyway, Stone Skin. Adds its current value to the creature's health point. Reduces by 1 every turn. Draw a card. On spells it targets the spell target by default. On creatures it targets itself by default and requires a trigger. When you play a spell card. So far I don't use spell cards that much, mainly because I'm a little bit afraid of my despair getting a bit high here. I don't know if I want curses right now. I already have... Ah shit, that one's broken. I have a heal one. So we should get a trigger for that one. Fuck it, let's get this one. Ooh, pick a blessing. I'll take a blessing. First turn, damage equal to 1. Against all enemies. Targets all enemies of this creature. Reduces lacrima value by 50%. Okay. When you visit the shop, you get 40 gold. Whenever you play a creature, you draw 2 cards. Fuck it. I like damage. Fuzzy Buzzy, how you doing? Shop unknown and fight. Let's go in here. Ooh. Which is all allies, that is a modifier. That one seems like it could be good. Does require a trigger. Already upgraded as well. Oh shit, I can't afford it. I mean, I do suppose that it would be nice to have more cards eventually. So far, it feels like we are doing fairly well. Should re-roll as well. I might just get more of this. Oh, and here I can... Oh, yeah, I can sell cards as well. I think I'm good like that for now. Ooh, upgrade. Wait. I can't afford these, can I? Oh, requires chapter 2. Interesting. Okay. So you are upgraded as well. I could go a bit crazy and try and get a better spell. Fuck it. Can I put this on a spell? How the fuck does that work? Oh, it can't be treated. Okay, fair enough. So let's throw a little debuff on this one too. Damage taken, ally attack, turn begin. I kinda like all of those. First blood, shield 3. Let's go spell played. I don't know, heal yourself. And then when you're buffed, throw out a bit of poison. Sure thing. Okay, this is gonna be easy fucking peasy. On ally attack, ally buffed, card played. Is that anyone's card? When you play any card? Ah shit, I need to... Where should I fix this one? That was in a rest, right? Fuck it, let's get you out here anyway. Ah shit. Overcharged. Can't activate Lacrima until next round. A card gets overcharged if it gets triggered too often in one round. Number of activations is equal to total slots. Okay. So then you can't trigger again. So, fuck you then. Okay. What's up, Damien? Welcome in. Are you winning? So far it feels good. We are only on chapter 1 though. Chapter 1 of Day 1. Is this infinite? No. No, just I think just you have custom as well. I assume the day, the journal thing is like the main story equivalent. Oh, it would have been nice to get this guy out. That would have been really good here. Can I can't take this back, can I? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Did that cost me anything? Nah. Can I? No. That, it made sense that I can't. Damage taken, ally attack. I could throw out a heal here, but that's probably gonna trigger called played as well. Which is gonna make you shield even more. I'm kinda leaning towards just letting this run for a little bit. Okay, that one is gone. Oh, the spare is getting a little bit high here though. Oh, you can replace it? Ah, I see. I see, okay. Enemy buff. I mean, you should die no matter what. Okay, the spare going down a little bit. Enemy death. Shield 5. Ooh, I want a modifier. Boss fight. Okay. But all allies of this creature reduces Lacrima values by 50%. I think that is fine. Because stun cannot be decreased by 50%. The damage will be... Like, imagine that I basically stun all allies every turn. Does that not sound pretty fucking OP? Just keep them all stunned, so they can't use that fucking attack thing. It's like this one, that sounds OP. Because I assume that the stun chance is still going to be on every enemy. That sounds good. And I guess... Oh, you bastard! You can't just switch out the broken ones? Oh, shit. This guy full of everything. Let's mix this one instead. We have Impulse and Poison. Sure. Yeah, let's try that as we go towards the first boss fight. Stream playtest of my game later, I'm hyped, let's go, man! When is the marble race? I'll do the marble race after this run, I think. Bosses always start with immunity. 69! Nice. Okay. When you shuffle your deck, which I assume happens when I reach the end of it, you deal lightning on the newest enemy. That's an interesting one. Automatically starts with immunity, can't be targeted of spells, lacrima, or physical damage. Okay, for how long? Is that just the first round? 24, that, oh fuck. Minion, shield all allies. Rage, increases attack by its total kills. Oh fuck, this actually seems a bit difficult. Reduces oncoming damage, blah blah blah. Okay, how do I want to do this? I kinda want to get rid of this one so you can't get any kills. Ally attacked, damage taken. Let's put you here for now. When this creature attacks, you shield all... No, that one is also fucked. No, I need to get rid of you. We're gonna keep shielding these more and more. This is brutal. What's the title? Do you mean of the game? It is Faith in Despair. I've tried card games like this before, I like them, but I'm bad at strategy and I always forget rules. I think deck builders are quite fun. It's a very... I think it's a very buffed genre to make games for as well. I feel like there's a good audience for it. And it's fairly like... them often being roguelites, or in similar veins to roguelites at the very least. It's a lot of like, you know, you can always reuse assets, like, you know, one card is gonna show up multiple times. It seems like a good genre for indie devs in general, I think. I'm a little bit stressed out here though. This seems a bit fucked. Damage taken, shield. Okay, let's put you here and you here. And then I am going to... I'm gonna weaken you. I should have weakened you instead, because I don't want to kill anyone. I assume I could just move this out of the way. Wait, you're not gonna attack me now, are you? Because that would be kind of fucked. Let me snooze this ad. I'm gonna throw you out here. Sure. Okay, the poison on all of them. Come on. Okay. This might be fine. Holy shit. It might also not be fine. Okay, that one is gone, so that's good. You are almost dead. Where is my... This is the one I want, but I don't want you to fucking one-hit him. I want you to die before you kill someone. Turn begin lightning all and... You are gonna be stunned though. Are you not?
Cheers.
I could heal this one. You kinda need it more though. You wouldn't die now. Dude, I'm stressed here, man. Cheers, Lion. Okay, we can now target this guy. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna weaken you. That feels like guaranteed. How are we doing here? You should... Do you have a shield right now? You do have a shield. But you can't kill this one for the time being. I'm gonna weaken you. Oh, can I not take more cards? Am I too poor? Shit. I could do this. 10, that's gonna be another 5. Let's do this. You should die. Then I'm gonna heal you. My despair is not looking good. Oh shit, okay, yeah. I need to block myself. Cards are timeless, kind of like pixel art. They're also super flexible, yeah. No, I do think it's definitely a buffed genre in general. And like I said, I think there's a big audience for it as well. Like, I think it's more safe than doing like what I'm doing. Like, I think going into a genre like point and click is a little bit more risky in terms of like being able to find your audience. Because I think the audience is just smaller. I mean, there is a big audience for point-and-click games, but a lot of them are older, I think, because it's a very classic genre. The people who are like big fans of point-and-click games. Like on average, I would assume that the ages are on the higher end, which tends to mean that people have less time, which means that it's less likely that they'll, even if they like your game, they'll have the time to play it. I don't know, obviously I'm generalizing a lot here, but you know what I'm saying. I need to block myself and suddenly stream isn't allowed to chat anymore in their own channel. Congrats on the release, man, who stole for it. Yeah. Big shout out to Mothership. This is really good shit, man. 17. Ally attack. Wait. Did my poison one die? Or lightning one? Ah, shit. Am I gonna die here? Buffed. Spell played heal 5. Damage taken shield. But you would die. But what I should... Do you have shield right now? You do. So you're not gonna die. And then you will get another shield. So let's tank with you for a bit. Whenever you attack... Can this still... No. I don't think this works over here either. Spell played heal 5. Do my spells go back into my deck? We should do that. Dude, my despair is not looking good, man. I'm snoozing yet another ad. Holy shit. Can you save runs in this Mothership? Yeah, save and quit. I love when people say save and quit rather than just quit, because it lets you know for sure that you can save. I mean, obviously you shouldn't say save and quit if you can't save. You can just exit out. How does that... When do you save mid-battle? Quit and corrupt save. So in pretty much any medium plus size town, you can probably find a card shop, at least in the US. It should say that when your despair is high. Yeah, that would be brutal, like a hardcore mode. If your despair is too high, you cannot save anymore. Hardcore mode, every time you save, you have a 1% chance of deleting your save file. Damn, big brain. Okay, saves after every round and every card played. Holy shit, that is sophisticated. Because I know that's an issue with Slay the Spire. They save at the beginning of each battle, which means obviously you can very easily start like save scumming in Slay the Spire. Like, if by the end of the fight you're not doing very well and it looks like you're gonna lose, you can literally quit out and you get a restart on the entire battle. Which I personally find really bad, because I hate save scumming. The issue is also the fact that when it's easy to do it, it's sometimes very hard to not justify doing it. Like if you spent an hour on a run and you're like right at the end and it's like, ah shit, I'm gonna die now. I could take another chance. I could get a second win here if I fucking just quit out quickly. Like it feels cheesy, I'm not a fan of it. So I definitely like that. Obviously it takes a bit more work saving everything, but I think that's good. I don't know if I want to curse. Can I just hope for the best here? Shit. The thing is that you're gonna almost... How long are you weak? 2 more. But this one has shield. Spell played heal. Because you would, as long as you're weak, you would survive one hit. But you have the same damage. You can't trigger ally attack. I think I'm fine. I think I can just let this run. Wait, what did the stun do then? Can't attack. Wait, can't attack. Okay, but this one is fine. Okay, stun is OP. I thought it was just the lacrima thing first. Okay, we should be fine here. Now you're no longer weak though. But I still have that card. But then I'm gonna get the spare. Now to be fair, I might have to get the spare no matter what. If I don't find a resting place. No, wait. Reduce the spare 1. Well, I will reduce it by 1 if I survive. Which I think we will. The issue is... I would need you to be buffed. Everyone here is gonna die. Who attacks first? Do enemies attack first? Buffed poison 5. Ah, shit. I'm gonna have to get cursed here. I should have had this one. I don't know why I let you die. I should have been way more careful there. Saving that one. Snoozing another ad. Fuck it. Rivenmane, welcome in. I like when games give you an option to save stem or not. Depends on the game and genre though, but I feel like if I were to make a game that has that, I'd give the player option to decide for themselves. I don't know, I think the issue is that when the option is there, it justifies it. Like, I hate save scamming. I can't say I've never save scammed in a game, right? Because it's sometimes it's just, if it's easy to do it, it's almost too hard to not justify doing it, even though I hate doing it and I know it's gonna ruin my experience. Because that's why I generally think that save scamming does. Like in what's the fucking game of pickpocketing in Skyrim if you save every time before you do it? Like, and there's no chance anymore. Like, you're guaranteeing success. Like, that's not a game, right? I think it feels bad, but the issue is that, with that being said, I have saved before pickpocketing someone in Skyrim, because it's so easy to do it. I personally just like when a game is a bit more unforgiving and just doesn't let you do it. Love it. If I ever need a save system, I prefer to save as text instead of binary to reduce the risk of unrecoverable corrupt saves. Okay, let's... I'm gonna fucking die. How do I... There's no way I'm doing this without... I don't remember who attacks first. Because if I get to attack first, I might have a chance here. I'm going to try. This might be really bad. I do get to attack first. Okay, I'm gonna hit the spare though. Because you are going to die. You're gonna have 4 health left. There's no way I'm not getting a curse here. I should have rested. I skipped all of those rest points. I should have rested, man. Yeah, there's no way for me to not get... Just the only way to reduce it here is by the fight's end. I had to do it. What? Oh, that was my curse. Treasure opened, add broken spell 1. I don't know what broken spell is. It can't be sold, upgraded, or sacrificed. Oh, so I would have to repair it? That's not too shabby. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Easy fucking peasy. This one is pretty nice. I would like more modifiers. Enemy attack is pretty good too, though. Increases creature's attack by its total kills. I kinda like that one. GG people, first boss, easy fucking peasy. I wasn't scared for a second, fam. I wasn't scared for a second. Exhumation. Whenever a creature gets exhumed from any graveyard. So that's fairly rare, but I assume that I can switch that one. Deals magic damage and inflicts a vulnerable, which I assume is some debuff. On all enemies. Okay. Inspiration plus. Spell played reduce the spell 1 cooldown. This spell needs to cool down for a few rounds after getting triggered and can't activate Lacrima during cooldown. Okay. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, gain 3 random... Oh, that's kind of interesting. I kind of like the Blood Pact. I think I'm gonna go for this one. I don't like the trigger that much, but I assume I could switch that one. Right? No, wait. Ah, shit. Well, am I dumb? That's a fucking blessing. Ah, shit. It's still good. It's not bad. I wonder, yeah, maybe another one would have been better. What was the other ones? One triggered on sacrifice, which I haven't done yet. I don't remember the other one. Well, at least now I don't have to worry about despair anymore. So, I was gonna say it was unfortunate we didn't get a resting place, but that doesn't really matter. And adding a... I still kind of want resting though, because I need to repair this one, and if I open this treasure, I will also get a broken spell, which I need to... I assume I can repair those. So actually this curse is not too shabby. It's not too shabby. I'm kinda fine with it. Wrote a custom binary parser for Project Diablo. Oh guys, by the way, we do have some ads incoming. Appreciate your patience. They butchered the modifier system so the established parsers wouldn't work. I lost my mind reverse engineering that system, bit level compression, underline bytes, nightmare, holy shit. Sacrifice treasure. Random is interesting. I don't know all the options yet. I don't know if I've seen all of the options. Or if there's other stuff that can happen in random. If I take the treasure, I will get a broken spell. But that doesn't... I mean... Can't be sold, upgraded, or sacrificed. But I assume I can repair it. But it probably doesn't do anything. It's only gonna... It's gonna be one of those cards that just take up a slot while I have it, which is like a mild inconvenience. But it's not horrible. I feel like it could have been worse. Almost to the point where I feel like... Well, treasure mainly gives me money though. But yeah, money is good in case we find a shop. I think it's almost even I would say it's probably worth getting a broken spell. Broken is not the same as this. This is a cracked slot. A broken slot and a cracked slot is not the same thing. Okay, that is a little bit worse. That is a little bit worse. I thought maybe this would have been like a... I thought maybe this would have been like an impulse spell, like technically a good spell card, but cracked, so I can't use it. But I realize now that this is not called broken, it's called cracked. That one is a little bit... That one is a little bit worse. It's still not the end of the world, because I think the main thing that happens here, like in practice, what this means is that once every few rounds, I'm just gonna get like one less card to be able to play. Basically, it's gonna be the same thing as if I didn't draw that card, right? So I don't think it's the end of the world, but it's definitely a little bit more harsh than what I thought. Can't be changed, but otherwise works normally. Oh, but that's just for the locked slot. So in this case, since it's broken, it probably doesn't work at all. Yeah, I assume this is just a completely like unnecessary card from my opponent. Like obviously it's basically debuff on my deck. Curses are designed to kill you with 1,000 small cuts basically. In the first run you can only have one at the same time. In subsequent runs you can get more. Yeah, I could see this being the thing where, as you said, after a while, like all of these small little extra challenges or debuffs or whatever it might be could actually start to harm you quite a bit. I'm kinda fine with that one though. I mean, kinda intrigued to see what other curses they are. I still don't know if I really want to sacrifice. Unfortunately though, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I actually do need to have a little bit of a shorter stream today. And so I think I actually have to end it here. But so far, fucking GG, mother sheep. This is good shit. It feels very polished. It feels intuitive as well. Like obviously there's always a bit of a learning curve, and like obviously I'll take some extra time here to read and try and understand stuff, but like in general, I think it didn't feel overwhelming at any point, in my opinion, which I think is good, since, you know, you do have this extra layer of like being able to modify cards, which is something that like just on paper feels like it could get a little bit tricky to learn at first, or to like how to think about it, but it actually feels very intuitive. Yeah, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to the one and only Mother Sheep. Make sure to go and check him out. He does work on his game here on Twitch as well. And of course, go and check out the game Faith in Despair, out right now on Steam. Go and play it. Support our fellow developers as always. Please stick around though, and let's see if we can find someone to throw a little raid at. Who should we go to today? Let's head over to... Let's do someone we haven't raided in a while, or someone we haven't raided before. Ah, you know what? Let's return the favor. Let's go to Papa J Dub. He's playing Amanda the Adventurer right now. This is a really wholesome, good guy streamer. He did play my demo live on stream before, so let's go and show him some love. Please join us for the raid. I very much enjoyed his playthrough of the demo. It meant a lot that he took the time to play it, so let's return the favor in any way we can. Of course, with that being said as well, if you haven't, make sure to go and check out my demo on Steam. Did a fairly big update today, so would love for you to check it out. Of course, if you haven't, make sure to leave a review on the game as well. It truly does help out a lot. Other than that, join the Discord if you haven't. That's gonna be it for me today. We're gonna head on over to Papa J-Dub. So make sure to throw that chirpy raid in the chat. Grievance, Pons, Lion, Mother Sheep, thank you for hanging out, guys. Camostone, appreciate having all of you here. Shit, we had the fucking marble race as well. Strom as well, thank you, man. I totally forgot about the marble race. Zote, I'll give you a stand in marble race. So next stream, whenever you want to, for free, we'll run a marble race for ya. Sorry, man, I completely forgot about it. The Lacrima race, exactly, there we have it. TechBots, thank you for hanging out, man. Shout out to Smalls the Kobold for the raid, as well as Great Grievance for the 40 bits. Appreciate ya very much. I will be back on Friday as per usual, so until then, have a great one, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Let's go and say hello to Papa J-Dub. Cheers.